Okay, so here's a good enrichment question. It's kind of like a level 2 or a level 3 math question. Level 2 is a little bit more difficult than a level 1 where you just have to state the answer. Level 2 requires a little bit more planning to get the answer. Level 3 is, incorporates other aspects of mathematics, not just the volume. So this one's kind of like a level 2 question. So we have an aquarium here that is 120 centimeters by 40 centimeters by 60 centimeters high. And it's 95% full of water. And the person wants to put a decoration into their container, in this case, a solid gold cube that is 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. When they place that into the aquarium, will it overflow is the question. So there's two ways to do it. The easiest way to do it, I think, or one of the easiest ways to do it, is if you think about this space that remains. That space has a volume, correct? If that yellow space that remains as volume is greater than the volume of the cube that's being placed in, it will not overflow. But if that remaining space in that container is less than the volume of the thing that's going into it, then it will overflow because of displacement, right? And we're going to look at this anyway. So let's take a look at what is the remaining amount of space. So there's two ways to find it. Find out the full volume. If you do the area of the base times the height of the prism, then we would have 120 by 40 multiplied by 60, or 4,800 multiplied by 60, or 4,800 multiplied by 60 is 288,000 milliliters of water is its capacity, or 288 liters of water if you want to think it in terms of liters. That's its capacity. But if it's only 95% full, and 95% of 288,000 is how much water is in there. Or alternatively, if I want to figure out the space, what percentage of the total space is left in that yellow that's the remaining space? If 95% is how much water is in it, how much is not water? What percent? 5%. So if we want to figure out what that yellow is, we could say it's 5% of the 288,000 is the remaining space, right? So if I take my calculator and say, what is 5% of the full capacity of that container? And the remaining space is 14,400 milliliters, or 14.4 liters. So this yellow part here is 14.4 liters worth of space remaining. If it goes over that, it will flood. It will spill over. If it's under that, we're okay. So this is a cube, so our volume formula is side squared multiplied by h, or 15 squared multiplied by 15. Or if you wanted to, if I grab my calculator here, I actually have a button on here. I think. Maybe not. Do I? Right there. You guys see that button there? X cubed. It's right here. That button right there, x cubed. So x cubed, what that means is side times side times side, or in this case, side squared. 15 times 15 times 15 is what we're really doing. So if I take the number 15 and cube it, I get 3,375. 3,375 milliliters, or 3.375 liters. Since there are 14.4 liters remaining in the container, it will not even come close to overflowing, will it? Right? It would take how many of those bricks to overflow it? Probably 3 of them would come pretty close, wouldn't it? 3 of them would come pretty close. And that's the end, that's the story. So the answer is no, it will not overflow.